If you think the Hulk only exists in comics and movies, you're wrong. It may seem impossible, but the real-life Hulk does exist. The world is home to truly extraordinary individuals whose size and strength defy our expectations of human capabilities. From wrestling legends to modern giants, you'll meet superhumans in this video. Curious? Join us and let's go. Number 14. The real-life Hulk, Lou Ferrigno. Before Marvel movies dominated cinema with CGI-enhanced superheroes, Lou Ferrigno brought the Hulk to life, using nothing but green body paint and his own incredible physique. Standing 6'5", tall with muscles that seemed to defy the limits of human development, Ferrigno became the definitive Hulk for an entire generation. Born in Brooklyn in 1951 with a severe ear infection that left him with permanent hearing loss, Ferrigno turned to bodybuilding as a way to overcome his physical challenges and childhood bullying. By age 21, he had transformed himself into one of the world's most impressive physical specimens, competing against Arnold Schwarzenegger for the Mr. Olympia title and establishing himself as one of the greatest bodybuilders in history. At his peak, Ferrigno's measurements seemed impossible. His chest expanded to 59 inches, his biceps stretched the tape to 23 inches, and his thighs measured a massive 29 inches around. Combined with his natural height, these proportions made him an obvious choice when casting directors needed someone who could credibly portray the comic book behemoth without digital enhancement. For 5 seasons, Ferrigno painted himself green to play the Hulk, performing all his own stunts and establishing the character in popular culture. Number 13. The Viking Giant, Angus MacAskill. Long before modern medicine could diagnose growth disorders, Angus MacAskill amazed the world with his extraordinary size. Born in Scotland in 1825 before moving to Canada as a child, MacAskill grew to stand 7'9", tall with perfectly proportioned features, unusual for giants who often have disproportionate limbs or facial features. What makes MacAskill's case particularly fascinating is that he didn't have gigantism or acromegaly. Medical experts believe he experienced clean or proportionate giantism, which is extremely rare. By adulthood, his chest measured 80 inches around, and his palm could cover an entire dinner plate. Despite his enormous size, he moved with grace and possessed remarkable strength. Stories of MacAskill's physical feats sound like tall tales, but were documented by reliable sources. He once lifted a ship's anchor weighing 2,800 pounds to chest height. Another time, he carried 2 350-pound barrels under each arm. When bar patrons doubted his strength, he reportedly picked up a full-grown horse and carried it across the room. Number 12. The Mountain of Muscle, Sajjad Garibi. The Iranian Hulk isn't just a nickname, it's an apt description for Sajjad Garibi. At 25 years old, this mammoth of a man weighs in at 340 pounds while standing 6'2" tall. His upper body resembles a human tank, with arm muscles so massive they barely allow his limbs to hang straight down. Every photo he posts on social media immediately goes viral, with people struggling to believe what they're seeing is actually real. Garibi became an internet sensation overnight when his Instagram photos started circulating online. The images show everyday objects looking like children's toys in his massive hands. A regular water bottle appears no bigger than a shot glass when he holds it. His massive frame has earned him over 1 million followers who tune in to see what this real-life Hulk will do next. What makes Garibi even more fascinating is his life outside social media. In 2016, he volunteered to join the Iranian military forces in their fight against ISIS, offering his incredible strength to the cause. His patriotism combined with his physical prowess cemented his status as a national icon. Beyond military aspirations, Garibi has expressed interest in professional wrestling and MMA fighting, potentially following the path of other giants who've dominated combat sports. I have a question for you. First, I would like to say that it is possible to follow the greatest curiosities of our world every day. But to do so, you need to be subscribed to our channel. So, are you already subscribed? If not, take the opportunity to subscribe now. Also, take the opportunity to like the video so YouTube will recommend more videos from our channel, so leave your like right now. And now that you have done that, let's go. Number 11. The Wrestling Titan, Andre the Giant. Few figures in, Entertainment history command the awe-inspiring presence of André René Roussimoff, better known worldwide as André the Giant. Born in France in 1946, André transformed from a farm boy into one of the most recognized figures in wrestling and pop culture, standing 7'4" tall and weighing a massive 520 pounds. André's condition, acromegaly, caused his body to produce excessive growth hormone throughout his life. By age 12, he already stood 6'3" tall, and his growth continued well into adulthood. His size made him an instant attraction in the wrestling world, where he dominated the ring with surprising agility for someone of his stature. His legendary status expanded beyond wrestling when he portrayed the lovable giant Fezzik in The Princess Bride, a role that showcased his gentle personality. Friends and colleagues often shared stories of André's incredible physical feats, like consuming 156 beers in one sitting or lifting cars by their bumpers when someone parked in his spot. Number 10. The Human Colossus, Robert Wadlow. When discussing human giants, one name stands above all others, literally. Robert Wadlow, the Alton Giant, remains the tallest person in verified medical history, reaching an almost unbelievable height of 8'11" before his untimely death at age 22. Born in Alton, Illinois in 1918, Wadlow appeared normal at birth. By kindergarten, however, he already stood 5 6 tall, the height of an average adult man. His growth, caused by an overactive pituitary gland producing excessive growth hormone, continued throughout his life. By the time he graduated high school, Wadlow stood 8.4 tall and required specially made clothes, furniture, and doorways. The numbers associated with Wadlow are staggering. His shoes measured size 37A, nearly 19 inches long. His hands, stretched from wrist to fingertip, measured nearly 12 inches. When fully grown, he weighed 439 pounds, yet appeared slender due to his incredible height. Number 9. The Russian Mountain, Fyodor Makhnov. In the late 1800s, when most forms of entertainment didn't require electricity, human oddities drew massive crowds. None commanded attention quite like Fyodor Makhnov, a giant from what is now Belarus, who reportedly stood between 7'8" and 8'3", tall. Records vary on his exact height. Born in 1878, Makhnov's growth accelerated abnormally during childhood. By age 14, he already measured an astounding 6.7, towering over adults in his village. His massive frame required everything custom-made, from clothes to furniture. Local legends claim children used his enormous boots as hiding places during games, each shoe big enough to serve as a small shelter. Makhnov's appetite matched his enormous size. For breakfast, he routinely consumed 20 eggs, 8 loaves of bread, and massive quantities of tea. His lunch might include over 5 pounds of meat, 2 pounds of potatoes, and nearly a gallon of beer. Number 8. The Iron Bby, Sheikh Ahmed Al-Hassan Sanu. Not all giants achieve their status through medical conditions. Some build themselves into human mountains through sheer determination. Sheikh Ahmed Al-Hassan Sanu, better known as Iron Bby, stands as one of the strongest men alive today, with a physique that makes bodybuilders look underdeveloped. Born in Burkina Faso in 1992, Iron Bby was always a large child. By age 5, he already weighed over 100 pounds, earning him the nickname Bby, meaning baby, as an ironic reference to his size. Rather than letting bullies define him, Sanu channeled his natural mass into strength training, transforming himself into a powerlifting phenomenon. Today, at 6'3" and weighing approximately 380 pounds, Iron Bby holds multiple world records in strongman competitions. His most impressive feat came in 2021 when he broke the log lift world record by hoisting 478 pounds overhead, a weight that would crush most humans. His shoulders measure over 60 inches around, almost double the size of an average man. Number 7. The Man of Two Heights, Adam Rayner. Adam Rayner's medical case stands as one of the most bizarre in human history. He's the only person ever recorded to have lived as both a dwarf and a giant. Born in Graz, Austria in 1899, Rayner's early life seemed destined for shortness. By age 19, he stood just 4'8", tall, well below the threshold that medically defines dwarfism. Multiple attempts to join the Austrian army during World War I ended in rejection due to his insufficient height. Rainer must have believed his small stature would define his entire life until something medically extraordinary happened. Around age 21, his body suddenly began growing at an alarming rate, and this growth didn't stop. Within a decade, Rainer had shot up to over 7 feet tall. Doctors eventually discovered a tumor on his pituitary gland that triggered this unprecedented growth spurt. As his height increased, his health deteriorated dramatically. His spine curved severely, his facial features distorted, and his body weakened under the strain of such rapid expansion. Number 6. The Professional Giant, Jorge Gonzalez. When wrestling promoters first spotted Jorge Gonzalez, they must have thought they'd struck gold. Standing 7'7", tall with a wild mane of black hair, the Argentine basketball player turned wrestler looked like something straight out of mythology. Wrestling fans would come to know him as Giant Gonzalez, or El Gigante, depending on which promotion he worked for. Gonzalez didn't achieve his extraordinary height through training. He was born with gigantism caused by an overactive pituitary gland. By age 14, he already stood 6'9", and his growth continued into adulthood. His enormous size earned him a spot on the Argentine national basketball team and eventually a contract with the Atlanta Hawks, though his physical limitations prevented NBA success. Wrestling seemed the perfect career for someone of Gonzalez's proportions. His debut created an immediate sensation, as he towered over even the largest competitors. Promoters often paired him against other giants like The Undertaker and Andre the Giant, creating visual spectacles that drew massive crowds. Number 5. The Living Tower, Sultan Kösen. When Sultan Kösen walks into a room, everyone literally looks up. Born in 1982 in Turkey, Kösen holds the undisputed title of tallest living person on the planet today. Standing at a jaw-dropping 8'2", he towers over everyone he meets, making even basketball players seem small by comparison. Kösen's extraordinary height comes from a condition called pituitary gigantism, caused by a tumor affecting his pituitary gland. This resulted in an excess production of growth hormone, sending his body into overdrive. Doctors finally managed to treat the condition in 2010 through gamma knife surgery, but not before he had already achieved his record-breaking stature. Daily life presents unique challenges for someone of Kösen's height. Standard doorways are too small, regular beds are too short, and finding clothes that fit properly requires special ordering. Number 4. The Tallest Athlete, Sun Mingming. When Sun Mingming steps onto a basketball court, even professional players look up in amazement. Standing 7'9", tall with a wingspan that seems to stretch from baseline to baseline, Sun holds the distinction of being the tallest professional basketball player in the world. Born in China's Shandong province in 1983, Sun's extreme growth resulted from a tumor on his pituitary gland that went untreated throughout his childhood. By the time American doctors discovered and removed the tumor in 2005, Sun had already reached his towering height. The surgery came just in time to save his life but couldn't reverse his growth. On the basketball court, Sun possesses abilities that seem like cheat codes in a video game. He can dunk without jumping, block shots without leaving his feet, and reach boards no other player can touch. His hands measure nearly 12 inches from wrist to fingertip, allowing him to palm a basketball as easily as most people hold a tennis ball. Number 3. The Gentle Giant, Morteza Mehrzad. Sometimes extraordinary height leads to extraordinary achievement. Standing 8'1", tall, Iran's Morteza Mehrzad holds the distinction of being not just one of the world's tallest men, but also a Paralympic gold medalist whose height became his greatest athletic asset. Mehrzad's excessive growth resulted from a pelvic fracture at age 15 that damaged his growth plates, causing one leg to stop growing while the other continued. This left him with a severe height discrepancy between his legs. One measures about 6 inches shorter than the other. The injury, combined with his extreme height, made walking difficult and led to years of isolation and depression. Everything changed when Iran's sitting volleyball team discovered him through a television program about tall people. In sitting, volleyball height becomes a tremendous advantage, as a player's reaching height while seated directly impacts their blocking and attacking range. Number 2. The Pakistani Giant. Muhammad Alam Chana. Meet Muhammad Alam Chana, a Pakistani farmer whose incredible height earned him international fame. Born in 1954 in Shikarpur, Sindh, Pakistan, Alam was already towering at 6 feet 4 inches by his 18th birthday. But that was just the beginning. He kept growing until age 26, eventually reaching a remarkable 7 feet 8 inches tall. Coming from a humble rural family, Alam's extraordinary height caught attention far beyond his village. In 1981, a circus visitor spotted the towering farmer and was so amazed that he immediately sent photos and a letter to the Guinness Book of World Records. This sparked immediate interest, and within months, Guinness officials traveled to Pakistan to verify the claims personally. When they officially measured him at 7 feet 8 inches, Alam secured his place in history as the tallest living human. At that time, he held this prestigious title from 1982 until his death in 1998. Number 1. Silent film's towering star, John Ayson. John Ayson left an unforgettable mark on silent film history, not just for his acting skills but for his jaw-dropping height. Towering at 8 feet 10 inches, this American actor was quite literally a giant among men in early Hollywood. A remarkable video from his era shows the challenges of his everyday life, like getting fitted for clothes. The footage captures a tailor completely overwhelmed by Asen's massive frame, forced to climb a step ladder just to measure the actor's upper body. When the tailor measures Asen's chest, the tape wraps around an astounding 61 inches. As the fitting continues, measuring his waist, back, and leg length, the sheer scale of his physique becomes apparent. In one particularly amusing moment from the video, someone steps out of just one of Asen's enormous shoes. Incredibly, they had managed to fit both of their feet into a single one of Asen's massive footwear. Now, I have a special recommendation for you. Are you seeing this video that is appearing on the screen? Click on it, because I'm sure you'll like it. Well, that's it, and until next time, Curious One.